a Malcolm X. In the same group, the same civil rights-minded people, came Malcolm X. He was violent at first. So was William Ayers. He still is. But who won? Martin Luther King. So, here were his 6 principles of nonviolence. Nonviolence is not passive, but it requires courage. I'm telling you, work on your courage muscle. Nonviolence seeks reconciliation, not defeat of an adversary. I don't hate Barack Obama. I don't want the Democrats destroyed. Family members are Democrats. I don't want their policies instituted because they're so far off the tracks, but a lot of Republicans are as well. Nonviolent action is directed at eliminating evil, not destroying the evildoer. That stops it from being personal. A willingness to accept suffering is necessary, but never to inflict it. This one is so key because not suffering. So far, I know nobody's released dogs, and I don't think they're ever going to do that. I hope to God not. But it will mean economic suffering. Economic suffering. A willingness to accept suffering, but never to inflict it. You're going to have to take it on for a greater cause, for your kids. A rejection of hatred, animosity, violence of the spirit, and a refusal to, I can't even read my own writing, and a refusal to commit physical violence. And then her last one, or his last one, she shared with me yesterday, faith that justice will prevail. Do you still believe that? I do, because I know that God is just. And I know this is God's land. I know this is God's Constitution. We've just perverted it. We've been asleep. We woke up on September 11th, but we were misguided again. We went back to sleep. We trusted the Democrats and the Republicans. Stop. Stop. Root ourselves back into the things that are real. Now, Martin Luther King, he then made everybody who marched with him take a pledge and sign it, a pledge of nonviolence. And here it is. The first one was meditate daily on the teachings and the life of Jesus. Number 2, remember always that the nonviolent movement seeks justice and reconciliation, not victory. Number 3, walk and talk in the manner of love, for God is love. I got news for you. Whew. A long way away from that one. I haven't seen Jesus in what he would do on a talk show on Fox. It'd be hard, or in CNN or MSNBC. But I'm going to try. 4, pray daily to be used by God that all men will be free. 5, sacrifice personal wishes that all men will be free. Do you understand that one? You don't matter. I don't matter. Freedom, liberty, the Constitution, the way it is meant to be, not what we've allowed it to become, or even the way it was set up in the beginning because all men were not free, but the grander idea. Observe with both friend and foe the ordinary rules of courtesy. Boy, how we would all change if we did that. I'm going to work on that one too. 7, seek to perform regular service for others and the world. 8, refrain from violence of fist, tongue, and heart. 9, strive to be in good spiritual and bodily health. That one I think was written by my wife. That was actually written by his wife. Come on, Martin, you're going to walk. I ain't shape. Eat your carrots. Yeah, that's the way my wife is right now. Number 10, follow the directions of the movement and the captain on demonstrations. I want you to take these pledges. I want you to keep this, and I want you to take this pledge. I'll tell you more about it coming up next. Martin Luther King's niece said to me last night that Dr. King knew. He knew. He got his hope from the reality of America. He knew the average American was not a racist. The average American was not somebody that wanted to see the police beat a black man, didn't want to see dogs or fire hoses open up. The average American, and he knew it. He had faith in you. He knew that if you would see it, you would reject it. He knew that people would reach out and strike them, beat them, jail them, lynch them, kill them. And when Americans would see it, it would all be over. He knew it would be an uphill battle because he also knew the media was not on his side. Nobody wanted to show the truth. Does any of this start to sound familiar? You see, that's what they're trying to get the Tea Parties to do. I told you last week or a couple of weeks ago about the radicals who were in the 60s. They're now the man, and they need to make you the radical because they know Americans will reject radicals. They need you to reach out and strike, to do something that Americans will see on their television sets and reject. Believe me, if something happens, do you not think it'll be on every network, including this one? Every network. And most networks will run it over and over again. You remember when Hinckley shot Reagan? How it was like, okay, I've seen it. Okay, I got it. That's what it'll be. This is why I've said you have to have your video cameras with you. When America sees the video of the press being thrown out of Lafayette Park, this was, what was it, yesterday? This is the way the White House is treating gays. They close down the park. Gay activists handcuff themselves to the White House. I've never in my lifetime have I seen this. The government closes the park to get the press to stop filming it. When you see that, you can walk with the same confidence. When America sees the truth about how vicious these people are, SEIU delivering beatdowns, as long as you are standing there with peace and love in your heart, it is only a matter of time before these people are exposed. Now, Cass Sunstein knows this. I've told you before, I think Cass Sunstein is the most dangerous man in America, and a lot of people will disagree with me because, well, maybe I'm wrong, or they just dismiss him as, it's an academic. Really? He's Obama's regulatory czar. He is the author of the book Nudge. Nudge is basically a book that looks at Americans as a bunch of lab rats, and he knows all the tricks and all the levers to make them behave the way he wants them to. Just a little nudge here and a little nudge there. People still have a choice, of course they do, but they really don't. Here's an example. You remember when Sunstein tried to get all Americans to get out of their SUVs and stop doing that? And please, get rid of it. Go get a smaller one, an economical car. Save the planet for global warming. Do you remember that? No? Oh, yeah, you're right. He never said that. Instead, we did cash for clunkers. Just a little cheese dangled in front of the cage. We started flocking, sending our SUVs to the scrapyard. Now, to make the Tea Parties look racist and radical, several sites are now popping up to actually advocate the infiltration of the Tea Parties. Pretend to be one of them. Bring racist signs to the rallies. Only a crazy loser whack job will even think about doing this, but there's plenty of them out there. Crazy loser whack jobs and Cass Sunstein. Glenn Greenwald from Salon.com uncovered a paper Sunstein wrote way back in 2008 proposing, hypothetically speaking, how to handle opposition groups. Now keep in mind, Cass calls anything anti-government a conspiracy theory. He proposed that, 1, the government ban conspiracy theories. Ban them. Make them illegal. I mean, that sounds like a conspiracy theory in itself. Number 2, the government might impose some sort of tax on those who engage in conspiracy theories. Number 3, love this one, government might itself engage in counter-speech, okay? Marshalling arguments to, quote, discredit conspiracy theories and theorists. 4, hire private parties. They might formally hire private parties to engage in counter-speech. Number 5, the government might engage in informal communication with such parties, encouraging them to help. So in other words, this, wait a minute, that kind of sounds like a conspiracy. Quote, our main policy claim here is that the government should engage in cognitive infiltration of the groups that produce conspiracy theories, end quote. Of course, there's no evidence that Sunstein is behind any of the recent attempts to discredit and infiltrate the Tea Parties, which is weird because